You're listening to MarceyLynn once again on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. You're listening to MarceyLynn once again on 103.5 WNHHLP. And remember, it's always New Haven Independent, and it's our community radio, and this is our community show. The show is not mine, it's not yours, it's for all of us. So today, something very important is happening next week. Well, this weekend is Thursday, so you have enough time to be there. And I really, really want you to make sure that you try to get here and send others to the beautiful event that they have at Jocelyn Park. That's one of those parks that's always forgotten too. People always forget that little park over there. What is that? Humphrey Street. But it is called, the founder of Mental Harmony Corporation is here with us today. And the third annual New Haven Mental Health Awareness Fair. And I've gone every year, and it's beautiful because we're all out there together and we're socializing, and it's in unity. Is this Saturday, June 10th, from 2 to 5. And that location is 670 East Street. I'll mention that again during the show. And today we have Miss Ari Edwards here, the founder of Mental Harmony Corporation. One of my babies. I love her. She's so wonderful. She has so much class. She's really one of those, you only get 100% real from her. So I appreciate that they took the time for me. Hi, baby girl.
Hi, my love. Happy to be here.
So how are you? How's everything? You ready for another year? 3 years, it just seems like you've been doing it forever. So are you ready for another year? You geared up?
I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready.
And it gets bigger and bigger every year, doesn't it? It gets bigger and bigger every year. Yeah, but I always get a chance. The first thing I always get is some food. There's always some good food out there. And you know, that's really good for my mental health anyway.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Tell people a little bit about who you are and where you're from.
So my name is Ari. I am from New Haven. Particularly, I grew up in the Farnham Court area of Fairhaven, what we like to call the G.
Yes. Yes.
And I moved around New Haven, and I was in the military for 6 years as well. But
and thank you for your service. We just passed your day, but it's always thank you for your service. Happy Memorial Day, belated.
Yes, to our fallen soldiers. Thank you. But I'm definitely a New Havener at heart, definitely. And that's why we're here fighting for our community, and we have to stay united and unified so that we get what we need for the people of our community.
That makes a difference. You know what? And it's someone leaving and coming back. That's what doesn't happen often. But now it seems like it's happening more often where people are, even our college students are leaving and coming back. You know, they're coming back to help and heal here. So that's very important. So you're basically from New Haven everywhere. I call myself, I'm from New Hampton and New Haven everywhere, because I've kind of lived a little bit of all the areas and, know a lot of people because of my siblings, of course. So Farnham, tell me a little bit about growing up.
So, oh man, it's one of those things where you appreciate as you're an adult, a lot of the struggles that my family went through and the different things that, you look at now as an adult and you're like, wow, we really were going through a lot. We were going through a lot of different things. And I still like to think I had a great childhood. You know
what? You got through it. And you know what? You got some testimonies and you got some people that listen to those testimonies because there's kids out there that are going through the same thing, even though it's a lot different for the teenagers now. But, it's a great thing that you're doing. So what is so difficult right now? What drives you to do what you do? Because it's so difficult to get to people right now. People are so closed off, especially since COVID.
Right.
So what's your drive?
Right. COVID definitely made its mark on everybody. It really did. I think what drives me to do this and to keep on fighting for the community and advocate for the community is just knowing where I came from. It definitely starts with my childhood. Definitely starts with, growing up in the in the projects. That definitely shaped me to be who I am because I feel like I was able to see the struggle, go through the struggle, but at the same time want more than what I had.
Mm-hmm.
That balance of of knowing how to work hard, knowing how to persevere, mixed with, you know, being understanding, knowing how the mental effect of hitting rock
Yes.
bottom and not knowing what you're gonna do or how am I gonna get out of this. And that combination drives me to say, if I could do it,
Yeah,
anybody else.
listen, and you are definitely, a product of survival. That's what we all are, products of survival.
Right.
Now that COVID has genuinely made every single person a product of survival. We've all survived. We all survived differently. And your background, sharing it, like I said, with someone out there has the same story, and it's just we need groups of those people that have the same story to help other people that are in that same situation. And I really appreciate that. You do that daily. It's very just. Give me maybe one or two of your biggest obstacles in life that you've overcome. Somebody may never even own it, and they may have the same struggle, and they can come to you and go, "Wait, I did that too," or "I had that too." So give me some of your biggest struggles.
Oh man.
And
So
take your time. You could go ahead and get in detail. And listen, this is your time. Your time. It's our show. It's your time.
yes, yes. You know, one common thing that happens in the community, that happened to me, I had a child young at 16, and it was very, very hard for me. Um, During that same time, I also lost my biological mom, young at that age. So it was really, really rough, and that happens in our communities a lot, because we don't have the same funding and opportunities as other places. So with that being said, my mom, she had diabetes. She had type 1 diabetes, and she just struggled. She really just struggled with that,
Yeah.
and it just was,
That's
it was
what's so healthy
challenging.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, she would work, 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 and then she would be passed out literally. I'll come home from school, she passed out. You know what I'm saying? It was just like she never really got a good grip on fully properly taking care of herself.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the laws and a lot of the support for individuals and families who are on Husky
Mm-hmm.
and what have you got a lot better. It did get a lot better. It's a lot more work to do, but some of that support wasn't there then. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And it took a mental toll on her. It was like, I want to work, I need to work, and I have these kids, and then it's like, but your body is telling you to slow down. You can't
Mm-hmm.
do it. And ultimately, it just brought her down, and she passed away very young at 39 years old.
Wow.
So definitely overcoming that mixed with having my own kid. Oh my God.
Yes.
Just like those probably were the
Okay.
two toughest things that I went through, especially young.
Yeah. Yeah. So and it's a spectrum that people need to understand that your mom, unfortunately, was a product of her environment, and
Right.
you are doing the opposite because you had to watch that happen. You know,
Right.
so God bless you on that, because I mean I can't imagine. I have a daughter who has a child, but I thank God that I have a mental stability that is a little bit easier probably than in that time. In that time, there really wasn't the reach out. There wasn't the communication that we have now. So
Right.
it's a blessing now that we could turn that all around and make that horrible obstacle. Because I know there's somebody out there that went through this or has gone through it or is going through it right now that needs to hear that there's somebody out there that actually has overcome it. So that's a great obstacle. Is there another one you want to share?
Um, I would probably would say because most of the stuff resorts back to my childhood.
Yeah.
And I probably would say just the whole survival of, like I said, growing up in the housing projects.
Yes.
There was always, you know, amongst everything that good that happened, you got to really look at it for what it was. And there was a lot of violence, a lot of crime. My relatives and my friends' moms selling their clothes, selling different things from the house that they literally need. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And you just look back at it and you're like, man, my aunt was really walking around selling herself. Or, You know what I'm saying? My cousin really was literally selling everything they had from the house on the daily, trying to get a few
Hmm.
dollars to get high. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
really know somebody who got shot in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those things, and like I said, in the midst of all that, I still do, um, I can say a lot of good things that happened as a child to me. You know what I'm saying? But
That really answers the next question. Like, it makes you you. It really
right,
does make you you. I mean, and the question was, what makes you you? It is the things that you've seen, gone through, succeeded, um, taught, and it also makes sense that you have the organization that you have, because you don't want people to think that they're alone. Because I'm sure you've ran into people that think they're alone,
right.
and it makes you like, look, you're not alone. So it really does make you you. But is there anything else that makes you you besides what you've gone through and what you've overcome?
I feel like the fact that I I don't try to self-medicate myself, because
Mm,
I saw that happen a lot. And you know, our people, black and brown,
hmm.
Hispanic, we tend to self-medicate when things are going on. And
Yeah.
just to have the mental capacity to say, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. If I
Hmm.
need to vent, or if I need to use that energy to motivate myself to figure out what I'm gonna do next, that's what I use that energy for. I'm not going to become promiscuous. I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna do drugs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just
Conquer it
do
with a
that
clear
stuff.
mind. Conquer it
Right,
with a clear mind.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's your inspiration?
My inspiration would probably be a couple of things. So
Mm-hmm. Do it.
definitely my two sons.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you having those rough days, especially as women, we do so many different things. And sometimes we don't even feel appreciated. We're always running, 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 always doing something. And then we're left,
Mm-hmm.
you know. You look at your kids and you just think, even though they get on your nerves, you look at them and you're like, man, you came from me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm doing
Yeah.
this for you. Like, you help me. You inspire me to say, you know what? I want more out of life. I want more for you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I want to be here for you. I want to support you and your kids. You know what I'm saying? So,
You want to fight when they won't. When they won't, you want to. Mm-hmm.
right, right, right. I definitely would say my kids, and just my spiritual connection.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely more of a spiritual person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my spiritual connection to God. I know that He resonates with me in a lot of different things that I do, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
different signs that I get, and it's very encouraging. It's very.
Yes. Yes. And I always tell people, and it's great that you said that, because I explain to people what we want is not always what we're supposed to get. So
Mm,
sometimes what we lose is something that we were supposed to lose, and we don't understand that that is just not the path that we're supposed to be on. And some
right,
people get so discouraged and think, oh my God, this didn't happen the way I wanted it to. But in the long run, it's something that God chose for you not to have, because you didn't need it like you wanted to. Like it was going to take you in a different direction, like it was going to tempt you. So I understand exactly what you're saying in your spirit. I like to stay centered. So people don't understand. I will walk, well, I will be cordial, but I
right.
will block people that take peace and happiness.
Yes,
If that's your outgoing, like someone that talks about people all the time, things like that.
right,
So all of
right,
that, it wears on mental health. If you're spiritual, those are things that you don't want to do. You know,
right.
so you learn the hard way, and learning the hard way is a good
Oh,
thing.
yes.
It is.
I done
Yeah.
learned the hard way. I done cut so many people off, and
Listen,
you
and
have to.
but you still see them, and you're still cordial. You're still like, "Hey, how are you?" And you don't have to be ugly about it, which
Nope.
is what our kids don't understand now. So it's something that I'm great to you know I just want to infect the kids with that so they can stop being what they're doing. But that's just, and you have quite a few accomplishments. But what do you feel is your greatest accomplishment that somebody else probably feels is something else too? So you might have accomplished some things that you don't know that people have admired you for. But for
Oh,
you, what is your greatest accomplishment?
wow. To me, wow, my greatest accomplishment. You know, um, It's hard to say because
Isn't it? Isn't it?
the average person will look at like academically or something like that. No, honestly, I feel like even though it's the beginning, I feel like mental harmony is probably my greatest accomplishment because
Yes.
there's so many elements in just that one organization. You
Yes.
know, it does so many different things for so many different people. So, you
Yes.
know, it's like an umbrella with a whole bunch of
It
different.
really is. It really is.
Hmm.
It really is. And I personally think that your the way you portray yourself, your style and your grace is very, very genuine. And I love that younger ladies can see that in you. And
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that because you you have one of the I call it the sexiest, elegant auras that I've come like, listen, she's just got so much class with her sexiness. You know what I mean? It's not one of those things where, so I'm like, she's got so much class, I can't even stand her. Like that pink dress that I was like, she got my color one,
You are
you
funny.
know? Yeah, I love to hate you, girl. You look so good. But I always mess with you anyway. I was like, look at you. Excuse me. You think you're grown. Mama looking at you. I see you. Mama got you.
You are funny. I have fun though, girl. I'm
Yeah.
not always. I try
Yeah.
to
Listen,
be. I have fun. I turn up too.
you have to. You have to. I just went to an anniversary thing and we did line dancing at the end of it. It was wonderful. I was like, yay.
Right. I love
Because a lot of church anniversaries, like, line dancing, but
right.
it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So let's talk about local organizations that you're affiliated with, and I know that's got to be a lot, a lot, a lot. So let's go down the low because I can't even start with mine. I start with mine. We won't get through this hour. So go ahead and tell me some of your organizations
Not
that you're
like yours.
affiliated with.
It's not like yours. So, um, obviously, Mental Harmony Foundation that I founded. Besides that, I am New Haven Health Leader Alumni with CARE, and I'm also on the REACH Steering Committee
Mm-hmm.
for CARE. Um, I'm in the marketing. I'm a board member for the National Veterans Council for Legal Redress here in New Haven,
All right.
and I'm the marketing director. The
All right.
bereavement committee as well. Um,
Mm.
so I'm I'm like it's only a couple, but I'm like more than one role on
Listen,
in
we
both.
have to limit ourselves. I am retired, but I do more than. Shut up! Don't be laughing at me.
Because you know I'm
Like,
retired.
let me move before the lightning come. Literally, but I do everything. Everything I do, I love. There's some things that I do that I don't love, but everything I do, I love, and it really makes a difference. Because God provides me with everything that I need because I'm doing what I love for others.
Right, right. And I want to shout out New Haven Rising. Um,
Yes, my
I'm
folks.
affiliated with them, and obviously we both, see each other a lot with those meetings.
Hmm.
They're really, really, really a good organization to get affiliated with as well.
And yeah,
Um,
I've been with them from the beginning. I don't know if you realize, like
no,
the
I know,
beginning, the beginning, the beginning.
right.
So
I
I
just
just
saw
love.
pictures of you actually.
Oh my!
But from back in the day, you look the same though. You look the same. I was like, oh my God, look
People were pulling up pictures from the archives. I'm going, oh my! And then when I Googled myself, I'm going, this is. I don't remember doing that, and I didn't know the news was there. But now because I'm doing this, everything comes up, which I love. I love the fact that I just go right to MarceyLynn MarceyLynn once again, or go to MarceyLynn wherever, and that's how it is going to be for you as well. It's pretty much there too. Once you get a Wikipedia, it's like what?
at
Who did a wiki on me? But
me.
it's also because of the communist word too. So a lot of times people don't understand what that means, as far as the communism and
Yeah, I
in the
definitely would appreciate to be a lot like you and the community. I really appreciate even being here. I really do. And you're also very, very your personality. You made me feel comfortable. I was nervous. I'm not that bad now.
Well, yeah, you know what? And it's a blessing because everybody that comes on says that you're having a conversation with me, and it makes it easier when you're having that's all it is. You're having a conversation with me that the community is going to be able to access anytime. And it's wonderful because then you could look back on it and go, you know what? If you go to this show from this day, it explains that. And then, of course, next year when the event comes again, we'll have this to go back to, and then we'll just bounce off of it and say what's different,
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to the event. My schedule on the weekends is ridiculous. So I'm going to do my drop in. I'm going to make sure that if I have a table, somebody be there to take care of the things that are there. I'll do my drop in, but I'm going to plan on spending the rest of my time there after I get there. So, I can't believe, and we had fun even in that rain. Remember rain? The rain?
Oh, did. I want to say this. I want to say to everybody that if they get a chance to look up, I'm actually going to post a memory on my page, on my Facebook page, because you shut it down last year.
I do my gospel comedy. A lot of people know I haven't done my gospel comedy in a long time, but I had people it was like after this rain, we couldn't do anything, but I was like so real. I put a couple of those are the real things that happen in church, There's that one woman that has everything and I had my girls from the Golden Voices on, and they have that plastic bag full of everything. I just happen to have everything in my boobies. I had my fan, So yeah, my routine has changed. It's a little bit more modernized, but it's so fun. It's so much fun to be able to poke fun at us church folks, church folks be the first one. Who has the candy, who has the first aid kit. You might have a couple dollars so you can get some food.
Right.
You might, somebody that might have a whole meal in their bag that you can run to the bathroom and eat. We have those people. Yeah, and then getting right back to God's word. So we talked about New Haven Rising. Any other local organizations that you're affiliated with?
CARE, National Veterans Council.
The ones that you went through, but local, in New Haven, because that's national,
Right. I think that's
besides For the Glory, obviously, with me. But.
Right. Yes. I believe that's that. Though I wanna also just mention Raishan Menifee. He is with the founder and director of Elite Drill Team.
Mm-hmm.
And I know him for a while. I know him for a long time. And I just want to shout him and his organization out. They're gonna be this weekend performing as well. The children are the future. They're very important.
Yes.
And, I unfortunately I have sons, so I'm not a drill mom, but I wholeheartedly support him and his movement, and my little son will be trying to drum with them.
I was gonna say drum. Drum is
Yeah, so
drum
I'm
is
affiliated with them, but I'm not a.
Drum is serious business though. So drum is serious business.
Oh my goodness, my older one, he did it, and now we were a nation. Oh my goodness, for so long.
Yeah, that HBCU drumline thing. That's that thing there. That's as popular as stepping.
It's a nice skill. It is. You could do a lot with it. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, I think locally that's pretty much it. And I feel like after I'm gonna think of two more things, and I can't think right now.
We have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes left. Yeah. So if you think of anything, feel free to just like I said, say, oh, I want to change, go back. Feel free to say what you need to say. So we know what the name of your organization is. So let people know the name of your organization, how to get in contact with you, all that wonderful stuff. I'll have that again at the end.
Okay. So my name is Ariella Edwards. I am the founder and director of Mental Harmony Foundation. We are an organization that gears to give out resources and information and bring awareness to the different mental health issues and social, all the different determinants that play a factor in getting proper mental health care in urban areas, and Black and Brown communities. You can reach us at mentalharmonycorporation@gmail.com, or you can reach us on Facebook at Mental Harmony, as well as my Facebook page, Yari, Aryyaray. We
Hmm.
look to collaborate with anyone that needs information, anyone that's looking for referrals, anyone that feels like they're having a crisis. We can um, put you in tune with the right people. And anybody that's also doing the same type of work. I am a community activist. We need to just all come together. We can all support each other. There's no competition or anything like that. This is for the people.
Join and unite. Yes, yes, yes. So it's wonderful because it's something, besides the 211, besides, there's so many organizations out there you can reach out to, but a lot of people are hesitant. So it's important for people. There are people probably that don't even know that your organization exists. So when I
Right.
just start shooting it out, I'm shooting it out. It's very important for us to use the things that we have that associate with us as a people, as opposed to sitting down in front of that therapist that has no idea. So,
Right. Right.
even just talking to somebody that doesn't have the certification that has had the same issue is sometimes better than talking to someone that's licensed and certified and has no idea. So that is how I feel about it. And,
Right.
I understand that, that's the way it happens. And a lot of us are overwhelmed, and a lot of Black and brown therapists are turning, they're ending up with mental illnesses because there's so much weight on them trying to help us. So more people just need to go ahead and get certified or start groups of trauma groups. I think we need to have trauma groups, trauma stations, and that's
Those,
just my
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, very, very important. And even saying to yourself, I don't want to talk, I want to dance. I'm gonna go join this. I don't want
Yes.
to really talk so much. I need to write. I need to express.
Release. You need a release. What's your release going to be?
It's a release mechanism that is very, very important, and that's
It
what it
is
boils down to.
so important. And once again, you've been listening to MarceyLynn once again on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, New Haven Independence Community Radio. And I have Miss Ari Edwards here, and we're talking about her wonderful organization, another indemnifying mental health organization that's out there that everybody needs to chime into, support, unite with, as opposed to having 20 organizations. We just need one big one doing everything. So again, give them the name of your organization, and then we're going to our next questions.
Yes, Mental Harmony Foundation. We're here to help. We're here to
Yes,
move in.
yes. So let's go into visions. What vision do you have for your organization?
So ultimately, I would like to have different groups set up, different support groups set up, monthly or weekly groups, as well as a couple of clinicians that will be contracted to be able to do house visits or whatever type of way that their style is to,
Mhm,
support different members of the community and
mhm.
families.
Family
Um,
in crisis, yeah.
right, right. So that's the overall goal. Hopefully that happens in a few years at least. It takes time to really build up the organization and get the funding to be able
Well, I'm
to.
claiming it for you. It will happen in a few years. How about
I
that?
appreciate it. That's the overall goal. Right now we're putting people in place with other places that we know that do it. And
That's good. You know what? There's always good. So you got the bridge behind you. A bridge really works. A bridge gets you from one place to the other. Until you can be that bridge, you have to have that bridge and have that relationship. Because all a bridge is a relationship. you know so as long as you have a good relationship with somebody that has the resources that you can help people with, then you can really make a difference. And we get stuck in New Haven, but everybody comes to New Haven for everything. And we
right,
know we
right,
know that. It's kind of like, I was just watching Good Morning America, and the mayor of New York was saying people are sending people from Texas, to New York because they have resources. But it's causing a downfall in New York. But
right,
he's not going to let them go back. And I really appreciate the fact he's not going to let them go back to tents and people on the street. He's getting rid of
right,
the people in the subway. But somebody had to have that vision,
right,
because it would stay the same. And you have the vision of connecting people. You have the vision of having the resources. And now it's just a matter of claiming it and getting the right people in place. And discernment.
mm,
Discernment is very important in the work that we do. We
right,
have to find out the people that are genuinely there for the people, and the people that are genuinely there for gratification.
Right. Right.
And even the opportunists, because there's opportunists in the work that we do.
There's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, work that we
I
do.
don't know what you really get out of it, but that's not my issue. That's their issue.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a them thing. It's a them thing. I say it all the time. It's a them thing. It's definitely that. So that was one of the latest updates in your organization. Give me some more. What do you guys got going on besides the wonderful event that's coming up Saturday? I can't wait.
So we're looking to do a more formal event closer to the winter.
Ooh, dress up,
So
dress up.
this is new tea girl.
Red carpet. Wait, I can wear my gown. You know how I do.
Hair shake.
Okay.
So yes, around September, October, we're looking to do a mental health gala, and it's just a more formal event. Because obviously we have the yearly outside event, which is very, very helpful, but it's more lax. And I just feel like it's time to have a more serious, more formal event, and that will bring out a different type of audience, just so we could kind of reach everybody. And
and also like getting some organizations to like pledge tables.
yes,
Say, okay, you're an organization that could pledge a table. You've got 8 members or 10 members that will come. So let's pledge a table, that type of thing.
Right.
So then that way, you're getting the tables ready ahead of time and people are sitting together that want to sit together, because you know how that goes sometimes too.
Right.
So, but that's a great idea. Yeah, listen, I got my dress ready. Matter of fact, I got a couple of dresses I haven't worn yet that I'm waiting. And I keep losing weight, so it's like, it just matter, take it in until it gets there. Yep. But that's a beautiful, beautiful idea. I see that happening. So, I'm here to help. I'm always here to help, especially with something,
What I need from you is those earrings. I need a similar hair. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do, but I gotta figure out.
Well, you can do it in blonde. I can see you rocking it in blonde, because you always have your blonde hair. I normally have my 27 too, but it's either going to be gray or black right now, because somewhere in between my hair is somewhere. This is what you're getting for now. This is my Juneteenth hair. I don't know how long I have it, but I have it now, so I'm good. Yeah. But so that's a great update. Anything else that's coming up soon for your organization?
That's what I'm gonna say right now.
See, listen, there are things in the works. Yes. Everything doesn't have to be put out there, but we're looking forward to get them tables ready for the gala that we're gonna have. Yeah. And we can make a red carpet or gold carpet gala, whatever we want to do. So I'm here to help. I'm definitely there. So give me some of your favorite quotes.
Favorite quotes. Definitely the first one would have to be the change you want to see in the community. Mm-hmm. Definitely, I live by that. I don't even like to see different situations and mind my business. I think that's a lot of people's problem now. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna overly exert myself in something that's messy, and but you have to use your discernment, like you said. Come on, you see somebody pulled over and they might just need a little help. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, what is it gonna do if you're not doing anything? You see a kids fighting, why entertain that? They're kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just so many things that go on that escalate and get worse because we just are not in the same type of society. And that's one thing I just want to say that I appreciate about, again, growing up in the projects, because no matter what happened, we were our own community.
Village, yeah.
I couldn't do but so much, you know what I'm saying, without it getting back to my family. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was doing something, and then after the third time, you done got caught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I just really, really believe that you have to look at the community as what you would want to happen to you and your family and your kids.
That's it.
Like my kid to get jumped by 4 other kids and they all 10 years old and nobody say nothing. Ha ha ha! Y'all recording instead of helping. They're kids.
Yeah. It's a different culture. These poor babies. It's a whole different culture, because I have this thing, and I don't know whether you probably understand it. You can't live in fear if you have faith.
Right.
But you have to realize that common sense is common sense.
Right.
So if someone is working and you know they're in a mental state where it's not safe, it's not like you're fearful. It's just that you have common sense. You
Right.
know, you could tell that this is a situation where this person doesn't care enough to care that you care.
Right.
So you could stay out of it in that manner and maybe reach out to somebody around that person, maybe be able to get to that person. Have you checked on this person? Because it just seems like they might need some help, you know, from the outside. But living in fear is one of the things that has gotten our community to a point where it is just dangerous. It's dangerous because the parents are afraid to talk to their kids about the things that they're doing, or, you know, and it shouldn't be like that, because the whole idea of taking away the discipline that was working for us was to make us be where we are now. So now they take away the discipline that was working because it was working.
Right.
So
And
that's the problem.
And I want to add to that, you know, I have a soon to be 17-year-old, and, you know, we were going through our different issues. And, you know, what really bothered me with the way the system is now, he couldn't get disciplined but so much. You know, these kids have too many rights now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so if I discipline him, if my family disciplines him, then we'll get
You gotta worry
reprimanded.
about you.
But if he goes out there and do something, what are y'all gonna do to him? You know what I'm saying?
Worse than us
So,
disciplining him.
exactly. So I'm really having a real issue with that. I'm glad you said that. I'm having a big issue with that, and we got to figure out how to really tackle that. That's a big problem because it's affecting.
And it's causing the mental health issues.
And that's exactly what it is. They're having a behavior because they're having their own mental issues growing up, trying to figure out who they are, especially as young men. And then they go out there, they skip school, they steal cars, they doing all this reckless stuff. And it's like, well, some of these parents are really trying to get their kids together. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, you know, you do but so much. I remember, I just want to say quickly, I had an incident with my son that I'm not ashamed to say because, you know, it is what it is. And he wasn't home. He left home. And, you know, the cops told me I had to call the cops because I thought I had to report him missing or what have you. It's different than when I was young. We get to the house he's at. You know, the cops told me that he doesn't have to go home if he doesn't want to. I said, well, what did y'all tell me to call for?
That was pointless. Wait a minute. You knew where he was and didn't come home. You went to go get him because he was missing, basically. And the cop said, well, because he's 17 or 16. Well, you know, it's 13 now, right? I just found out it's 13.
Exactly. At 14 years old,
you could say, I don't want to go home, and don't go home. But then as soon as you discipline them, you're in trouble. Or as soon as he gets into something, it's your fault.
Right.
So it's all a setup to make sure that we, you know, remain submissive to the system. And the system, we need to make our own system.
Right.
It's time for us to make the system. Like I said, if you don't have a seat, get a seat.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do want to say, in case he sees this, that we're in a way better place. And I thank God.
But you had to go there first.
But it's just mothers, I just want to say that are going through, and, you know, parents overall that are raising children, especially these young men that are going through that. We need to set up a group. That's gonna be my next thing, because this is
now.
It's so crazy, and I stand with you because I know exactly how it is. So
now, like, all I could say is now. I don't know if you saw my post the other day about the gentleman in the car and his girlfriend, and, you know, the police were right there when all that happened. So I don't know what happened after the police went after them, but they saw them get out of the car, come and approach me. And, you know, I'm licensed, but I would never even.
I say too. I say the same thing.
What if I wasn't that person? What if it was somebody that did not care and just
you were scared? And what if you were scared? Sometimes fear makes you do things that you wouldn't particularly normally do.
Everybody's not strong. Everybody's not strong enough to just let you do what you got to do.
Right.
You know,
right.
Just let you go off rant and rave. People are stressed and like we have mental issues right now.
Right.
So I may have been going through something and I needed a release, and that would have been my release, and it wouldn't have been the right release.
Right.
Because some people think that that's the right release. Oh,
right.
well, now I feel better because I did this, that, and the other, because there's no conscious involved.
Right.
So it's just getting us all together that have the like-minded traumas, and I'm very happy that you and your son are in a better place now, because that just hearing that is always good. But sometimes they have to go away to find out, what's going on. Find out what the real deal is. We're trying couch hopping and meal getting, and we don't have the freedom.
No,
as much freedom as you think you have, because you don't have the person that looks out for you the most.
Right.
So I love this question, because I always get yelled at when I say my answer. So I'm gonna let you say your answer. And I'll let you know what your answer is. If you die tomorrow, what would you want people to remember you by?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So, I would want people to remember me by the work that I'm doing, and this brings me back to, and I don't want to misquote anything because I don't want to say the history wrong, but it reminds me of the Freddie Fixer parade and the whole history behind the gentleman who started doing the neighborhood cleanup and the neighborhood work, and ultimately he was a community activist, and his work, even if these younger children, even myself, might not know the full dynamics properly, but we do know who he is. We do, follow up with the cleaning and honor his legacy with the parade. And not that I want a parade, but I'm just saying that I would just mainly want my work to always follow my name when I'm no longer here. So
yeah,
I think that's the best type of honor when you look at different history and you look at different people, even across the world, you know that name, and then you just automatically associate that name to what they did, what was so important.
Yes.
And we got some laws we need to tackle and stuff, and got a lot of stuff cooking up. So I just hope that I'm in that number one day when I'm no longer here. That among the New Haven great for activism.
Yeah. So I write a lot of stuff. So that is one of the things that is good too, is this being something you can be remembered by, and just the work that you do. Not who I am, but the work that I do is me.
Right.
And being the activist. I'm like, you guys are just having a party. You're not going to look at my face. You're doing it. You might have a picture of me, but you guys are going to have a big, gigantic, ginormous party and be whoever you want to be when you get there, and eat as much food as you can, because that is going to be something that I genuinely can tell you that you can go ahead and celebrate, because I have done everything I needed to do. Everything I needed to do with my.
That's a good feeling.
So I said,
yep.
I know, people are going to cry. They're going to be people that are going to miss, the flesh being, but I just feel like I'll be more with everybody than I could possibly be when I'm not on this earth anymore. And I could be like I could talk to their spirit as opposed to just talking to them. So I think that's definitely a level up. It's a level up. While I'm in my pink mansion, I'm telling you what you need to do.
Yeah, people appreciate people, obviously, for some reason more when they're no longer here. They look at everything they did and way more
and learn about things that they did. It's amazing how sometimes you don't even get to know what people have done until they've passed on.
Right.
Because we are such a society that brings up everybody's bad things.
Right.
We don't see the good things. If we could reverse that, I think our whole world would be better. If all the negative news would go away and it was just good news, but then people would be bored because it's not exciting, which is stupid. So I don't know. That's our mental health issue right there. Right. I don't know. They call me crazy, and I think I'm doing it right. It's one of those things. And so use community activist in the word communist as I am, because that's all we do. We're not knocking on doors and asking people what they need, and we asking all people, which makes a big difference. So when it comes to your role as a community advocate, what do you consider your role? Because I just think just walking in it every day, no matter where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing. But what do you consider your role?
Right. I have a similar take on that. I think that you're always in your role, right? I feel like no matter what you're doing and where you're at, it's something that's just a part of you. You see things, you do things, you take notice, and you try to implement strategies or set up something so that, for example, someone stopped me last week and was telling me about a situation about a family that lost things and what have you. And I just try to call people that I know that would be better at that situation, or they have a little more resources, and they're doing better. They're doing better. We got some short and long term things set up for them. but to answer the question more, I get all over the place.
It's okay.
I feel like my role in the community as an advocate is to always pay attention, always try to give of myself and assess what is going on,
Mm-hmm.
and to have love and integrity.
There you
You
go.
always want to be upfront. You always want to show love. And I can't really say specific things because every situation is different. Everything that happens is different. I can't say like, oh, help this person, or it's just something that's in you that you always do.
Our rules are ever changing, Ari.
Right.
Our rules are ever changing. We are, I call it chameleons of we're chameleons of indemnification. Because basically we have to change with whatever the day is bringing us, because we always have the plans and something will come along. We're able to adjust that. And that's our strength. Our strength is the fact that we are able to adjust to whatever the change is.
Yeah.
So, it's not allowed to stress us, because this is just the will of energy. This is what's going to happen. Oh, so this is where we're going today. Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and change my shoes.
Right. And I'm a Gemini, so I'm an air sign. So we already do that. Don't look at me
You
like
already
that.
know. Pisces. I'm a Pisces, so I'm right there. Listen, I'm the opposite. I'm right there with you, because I'm a Pisces. I'm definitely in the water, out the water. I'm breathing wherever I can. Going by the day flow and all that wonderful stuff. So I just really want you to take these last few minutes and let me know on a personal level, what is an average day for you?
Okay. So I wake up in the morning, I am blessed.
Yes, there we go. Bless.
I get my little 7-year-old together, bring him to school.
Mm-hmm.
I go to work. And from there, I either go to a secondary job, or I am back with my family. And man, we like to do a lot of different things. So,
yeah. You got boys, so you can do it. Let's go.
You might be home. We might, oh my goodness. Right now we have a project at home where we're trying to do the yard, the rocks on the grass in the yard, and make it pretty for the rest of the summer. So I told you I'm a Gemini. It's up and down. We could sway any type of way. But for the most part, I'm definitely with my little one, at least, a lot. The older one's a teenager. He's doing his little thing. Yeah. And I just wherever the day kind of leads me to go.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. And everybody remember, come out this Saturday to the event, because it is going to be It's always wonderful. It's always different. It's getting bigger every year, and it's at Jocelyn Park on Humphrey. Technically, isn't that technically East Street? I don't remember.
Yes,
So
the
technically, if
fourth
you just go to Jocelyn
East
Park, it
Street.
actually comes up now. But I'd say if you go on Humphrey Street, because that's the big parking area. That's pretty much the big
Yeah.
part. And there are a lot of wonderful vendors there. I'll be there, and of course, Miss Ari will be there with her beautiful presence, making sure everything goes the way it needs to go. Since she got me as backup, so don't mess with that. But I thank you so much for your time, baby, and I plan on
Thank you
having you
for having
again.
me.
And I
Yeah.
definitely want to be talking to you about getting with some people that have been on the show, and Cola and her partner were mentally there for you, because you definitely need to link up with them, because they can use you and you can use them. And because we get into them kids, and you got them teenage boys. So I bless you, and I pray for you every day, because you got them boys. Them boys. My girl is hard enough. I don't know if you saw my post the other day about having a teenage girl is like having a cat. And it literally is, because she comes out to eat, and when you try to be nice to her, she hisses. But it's just
Oh,
teenage girls. So you go ahead and have them teenage boys, because I can't
oh
imagine.
my God. They do
So,
it too. They do it
so
too.
any last minute quotes or ideas or love that you want to share with the community before I close out?
I just want to leave everybody again with my favorite quote: to be the change they want to be in the community. Thank you
Yes.
guys for having me,
Mhm.
and I really hope to see you on Saturday.
The 10th, y'all come on out. Come on out with us. It is from 2 to 5 at Jocelyn Park in New Haven, our wonderful city, New Haven. And once again, you've been listening to MarceyLynn, once again, hey, on WNHHLP 103.5 FM. And big prayers from Harry. Hopefully you're healing well. My engineer had our engineer had his knee replaced so he can dance so he can start dancing again. So
Yes.
I'm really excited about that. And always go to newhavenindependent.org to watch our shows. You can also look me up on YouTube and see all of my shows, including the morning show I had with Jose on YouTube. And I look forward to this Saturday. I'll see you soon, baby. Love you. Mwah.
Love you. Thank you.